Hey everyone, and welcome back to Goddess Theory SN. I'll be your host, Sally Nightmare. And so, with today, we are doing Tarot Sundays, but on Tuesday. I totally forgot that yesterday, or not yesterday, 2 days ago was Sunday because I was just too busy binge watching season 3 of Squid Games. And I was like, oh, well, I have to work tomorrow, it's fine. So with today, if you haven't already, the card pool is over on TikTok at Sally Nightmare. And today's intentions for our pool was, what does the month of July bring? As today is July 1st, and so we are now officially into our quote-unquote second summer month here in the South. We just had our solstice not too long ago, so we are definitely still feeling that strong heat, that strong energy. And so the card that we had pulled is, to whom was she given? And so with this card here, and I'll put a better zoomed up version on the screen for you guys, because I know it can be kind of hard me going in and out. But when we first initially look at this card, what you'll see is that, for me at least, this area here could be representative of, like, let's say the full moon. So if you are somebody who follows the cycles of the moon very closely, very strongly, you could see this as the full moon, or that time to shine bright, that time when you're going to see said outcome. I guess I probably should have started with the mermaid first, but anywho, that's okay. But yeah, so that's your time for it to shine through, to shine bright. The second thing that I kind of noticed about this is that it could be like a mirror. So it could be like a reflection. And I'm going to come back to the mirror theory in a minute. Let me focus on her here in the middle. So you'll see where she is bare-chested. She's not covered up. So what that can mean is boldness, power to be out there. You'll kind of see where her face looks a little saddened. So this could be like any burdens going on. It could be that you have been in a time of trouble. And so going back to like this full moon mirror theory, you have this boldness. It's your time to shine bright, to come out of that sadness, to express yourself. And that's kind of what her wild hair is I interpret that on these cards. I mean, I know they're mermaids, they're in water, your hair is going to flow anyways because of water. But when it's kind of wild and unruly like this, to me, that's representative of your power. So again, you have this wild power, this boldness, this energy, this brightness. You're going to come out of this sadness. If you see this background as a mirror, then it could be that you are looking in the mirror. So you're seeing the reflection of yourself, or you're seeing that future self that you want to be, who you're striving to be. So again, that's this card here. And so to me, now that we pulled this card, it's the first of the month. We are going into this time. This card could mean that, you have been struggling, or you are faced with a dilemma, whether within yourself, personal, within your relationships, and you've been feeling down, you've been maybe depressed, been having this buildup of unwanted energy. You are taming your power. And so with this brightness, this boldness, you're kind of coming to that point where you're going to come out of it. You are going to step into those, or that person that you want to be. You're going to start taking those steps to have this boldness, this expression. You may have been stuck in a rut, or are currently, but this card gives you hope that you're going to come out of that, that you are going to start the process. You're going to rise. July is going to be your time to really step into your power, and to come closer to with who you want to be. Um, and when you think about the steps that you need to take to get to that point, um, you know, make sure that you are taking the steps necessary. Don't go from step 1 to 10 overnight, because change is not overnight. It can be a slow process. Don't overwhelm yourself and make the sadness or that depression, that anger that you're feeling take over your body, take over what your situation is. Um, this card, it tells you that yes, you're going to step into that, but take the steps necessary to get there. Um, process that grief, process that anger, and come up with those tools to come out of that fog. Step into this light, your light. Because no matter what is going on in your life, never dull yourself. Always, always, always be your brightest. Shine your brightest. Put your best foot forward at all times. And no matter where you are at, remember that you're not alone. And we all have that brightness that in us that needs to shine through. And I believe that this card here, is your sign, your push to get there. We are halfway through the year. We are coming towards either the peak of our hotness, or pending where you live, you're just getting to that warmthness. Um, so, which means that with that peak, it's soon going to fall. We're going to start getting back into our cooler, colder months sooner than we know it. And pending where you live at as well, those times of years can, or that time of year can be the sad time of the year, the dark, the depressing. And I want you to take the energy and the power from to whom she was given. And I want you to take this energy with you through the rest of this year, where July is being your starting point. Whew. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like so, oh, that just all came out of nowhere, and it just like came out like word vomit. But let me get a sip of this. My iced coffee that I made at home with no sugar. Uh, but that's another side note. But I really hope that this card makes you feel inspired to get to that point in your life. And I want to invite you to open up the conversation. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you are going through a hard time and you need somebody to talk to, reach out. Don't hesitate. Now, I'm no therapist. I'm no professional. I can listen, and I can attempt to give advice, or I can just be that ear that you need. Um, you know, listen and don't judge. And we can come up with tools together, and we can open up the conversation and talk about what things you can do to step into your shininess, your brightness, your, ooh, look at me, nobody gives a crap phase in your life, because everybody deserves to be there. And it's a hard place to stay. And so this is coming from somebody who is finally kind of stepping into that I don't give a fuck phase of her life. You either like me or you don't. And it's a really hard concept to deal with, because in the back of your brain, you're always having that little voice that's like, oh, wait, no, oh, wait, no. Or, like two little people on your shoulders. And we need to come up with techniques to get rid of those little people, those voices in the back of your head, and embrace the boldness and the power of this card, of you. So, yeah, so definitely reach out and let's talk. And until next time, guys, I hope that you have a fantastic day.